Okay, so I started the recording then. Right, so we have VM instance started, and from here I connected to the VM machine via putty. Okay, so this is my VM instance. So here I ran the if config command. Okay, so to know the IP address. Okay, this is my IP address of my VM. So using this particular IP address I connected via putty. Okay, yesterday we saw one command. I mean, one is ls command. Okay, so ls command is to see what are the files or folders available uh, in your directory. Okay, so either you can give ls, so directly giving ls, without giving any argument to it, so it lists the content of your current working directory contents. Okay, so the my current, to know current working directories, just run the pwd command. Okay, so pwd gives present working directory. So this is my, i mean the output of this particular command is, where you are currently, in which directory you are in. Okay, so when you press ls, so it will give the content of that particular directory. Okay, if I give something different, like if I give ls space hyphen var, slash var. Okay, so this will show the content of, I gave something, some directory path as a argument. So that will give the content, it will print the content of that particular directory. Okay, if you want to know the var content, the var directory content, so you don't need to go to that particular directory and press ls. So you can directly type ls and give the directory path, so that it will print the content of that particular directory. Okay, so ls, we yesterday we saw one more argument called ls-l. So long listing of that particular directory. So ls-l, it will show, as you see, it will print, some details about each directory or file of that particular content. Okay, so this is a directory, that is why this is d here. Okay, the first letter of this particular set. Okay, so if you see this, okay, l, as I said, this is a link. Okay, so the mail folder is linked to this particular directory. Okay, so this is a shortcut to that particular directory. Okay, so remaining all are d meaning these all directories. So if you give ls-l, I didn't give any argument, so it will list the current working directory contents. So here, if you don't see, if you see the hyphen, meaning this is a file, and this is a directory, and this is a link because it has l there. Okay, and even it will show, the target directory as well. So the target directory is, in this spool, in this directory you have a spool folder, under that you have a mail, either file or folder. So it is pointing to that particular folder or file. Okay, but to see, this one is a link, it is a shortcut. Okay, and also it will show many other things like root. So root is the owner for this particular directory, and this is a group of this particular directory. This is the last modified date of this file or folder. This till here, till this is the last modified date, and this is the size of this particular file or folder. Okay, always, your folder size, takes 4096 bytes. Okay, and the link always takes 10 bytes. And and if you the file size, it depends on the content of that particular file. Okay, so this has this particular size, and this has this particular size. So it always depends on the size of your file. I mean, how much content you have. So that way, it occupies that much hard disk space. Okay. Now you have something different. The second column you have numbers here. Okay. So what is this? So if it is a file, you'll always see number 1. Okay. But if it is a folder, okay, you'll have more than one number against to this. Okay. So what is this number? Okay. So if it is a folder, yeah, it is going to have the number of child content, number of childs otherwise, meaning, okay, this log folder has it has child, the subfolder and files about 16. The the number of subfolders or files, okay, total, you have 16. Okay, this folder has either files or folders, it has 16, 6, sorry. Number of files or folders. Okay, so this is about this particular column. Okay, now I see, if I want to see this particular file size. Okay, so I need to, okay, this is, these are the bytes. Okay, now if I want to know, okay, this is a meaning 19 KB. Okay, if you have a big file like 2 gig, 3 gig, something, 20 gig, something like that, so it is very hard to find. Okay, you need to see, you need to divide three letters so that you can get whether it is a 2 GB or 20 GB or 200 MB, something like that. But otherwise, if you if you give another argument called h, okay, and type it, so here it will show in a human readable readable uh, output. Okay, so if you see here, so this is 1.2K, this is 20K. So if it is a more than 1 MB, it will show the file in a M, capital M. If it is in a gig, so it will show in a G, capital G. Okay, so human readable, this will help you to find the size, exact size in a KB or MB directly. Otherwise, what if you have 2 gig, if it is showing like this, something, this particular number, the size of a particular file is showing this number. So what happens is, so if I want to see whether it is, how many gigs or how many MBs I want to find. Okay, so what happens, so first when you need to divide, okay, like this. Okay, this is this is KB, this is MB, and so it is a 2 gig file. Okay, in general, what I do is, I'll just mask like this. Okay, so till here KBs, till here MBs, okay, till here gigs. So you have 2 gig file. Okay, so instead of that, just give -h there, so that it will print 2.3 gig, 2.3 G. So you don't need to count like this, so that the -h will give you the human readable format. Yesterday we saw one command to see the disk information, right? df-h. Okay, now if I don't give -h here, okay, so it is printing like this. Now I want to know what is the size of this. So what you do, so as I said, it is actually gives you in a KBs. So because here you can see that, okay, 1K is 1K blocks, so it is already giving in the K, meaning kilobyte. Okay, so here it is a kilobyte, so here it is megabyte, here it is gigs. So this is 18 gig. I mean, you need to divide your a number and you need to find. But otherwise, if you give in the -h, okay, so it will give you in the human readable format. So you don't need to, I mean, count the number to find whether it is a gig or MBs or kilos. Okay, so I mean, -h is always is a human readable. It will give you a human readable output. Okay, if you have any size or any number like that. Okay, so this is one. Okay, now I want to sort this. I mean, now if you see the output of this is sorting out with a uh, alphabetical order. Okay, so A D I, that way. I mean, it is a it'll if you do with a var. Okay, so here you can definitely find the alpha. I mean, it is printing with the alphanumeric order. Okay, now I don't want like this. I mean, I want to start with the last modified date. I mean, with this particular date, with this particular column, I want to sort that. Okay, then give the -t. Okay, so if you give the t, okay, so the um, I mean, latest modified file will come on the top. Okay, so remaining files will go down. So as you go down, okay, uh, the the last modified date will go. I mean, will decrease. Okay, so the latest modified file will come on top. The remaining will go down. Okay, so there is another argument called arc. Okay, so it will reverse the order. I mean, whatever the order it is printing, okay, it will reverse the order. Okay, so I mean, so the latest modified file will come in the down. Okay, so I mean, what this is printing ls-l var. So it is printing on alphabetical order, right? I want to reverse it. Just add R. So A will come in the down. I mean, Z will come on the top. Okay, so R will always reverse the order. Whatever the order it is printing without R, it is so with the T it is printing with a timestamp. Okay, so it will if you give the R, it will reverse that particular order. So that's how it is. Uh, I mean, it will show the impact. Okay, so now I don't. I mean, I want to start with the. And now if you take the ls-l, I mean the present working directory. Okay, you have, I mean, different size of your files. Okay, I want to print the. I want to start with the size of a file. Size of file size. Okay, so give capital S. Okay, the bigger file will come on the top. Okay, so smaller file will go down. Okay, if I want to, I mean, reverse the order, just give other argument called R. So the bigger file come in the down, and the light file will come on the top. Okay, so here we saw a few arguments like -l to for the long listing. Okay, even we saw yesterday -a, so which will show hidden files and folders. Okay, and -t, which will show which will sort the files or folders with the last modified date. Okay, and then -s, which will start with the size of your file. Okay, -r, so which will reverse the order of the reverse the order with the way it prints on the screen. Okay, so these are the arguments we saw for ls command. Okay, so let's move on to the other command, cp. Okay, so there is, I mean, I'm just printing the I'm running the clear command, which will refresh the screen. Okay, so clear command will clear your screen. Okay, so cp command is very simple. Okay, cp source destination. So this is a syntax of your cp. Okay, so cp command will copy content of content from here to here. Okay, now let's see here. I want to copy this install.log to var folder. Okay, cp install log to var. Okay, so this will uh, copy the install.log to var. Okay, so if you see the var now, okay, so you have this particular file. Okay, now if you're trying to copy any directory, okay, then if it is a now now I have desktop or otherwise. Okay, I want to copy let's say from var. Okay, there um, maybe let me copy, any directory. I want to copy any directory. Okay, I want to copy FTP directory from where to current directory. Okay, CP. So whenever you want to copy any directory, either you can give capital R or small r. Okay, where. So what is the source? Source is a var FTP. Okay, I want to copy that to my present directory. Okay, so present directory always, if you want to copy into the present directory, give dot. Okay, so dot represents the current working directory. Okay, so here I want to say, the argument R you have to use when you want to copy any directory. So -r is nothing but a recursive, so it will copy the directory as well as its child objects. Okay, so do it. So you have you 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 have the FTP directory here. Okay, so um, cp command. So cp command to copy file or folder from one directory to another directory. Okay, so cp syntax is the source destination. Okay, so you have to give -r if you're trying to copy any directory. So -r nothing but it is a recursive. So it will recursive meaning it will copy the directory as well as its child objects. It's going to subdirectories as well and copy the content of those directories. Okay, so that is about the cp. Okay, let me clear the screen. Okay, so many people, you use cd command to move from one directory to another directory. Now I'm here now. I want to go to the var directory. Okay, so like this. Okay, so if I give ls, so if you give the pwd, okay, you will be in a var. Okay, I just want to say, okay, cd command to move to another directory. Okay, so here there are no, we don't use any arguments here for cd command. Okay, so and there is, if you don't give any argument here. Okay, so just enter, then you'll go to your home directory. Okay, for the root, the home directory is /root, so you'll move to that particular directory. Okay, so if you don't give any argument, so wherever you are, so just cd and enter, so you'll go to the your home directory. Okay, either you're in a var or opt folder, whatever it is, so you will go to your home directory. Okay, that is about the cd. Then you have a command called move. Okay, so cp command will copy the content from one directory to another directory. Now I want to move it. So after this particular command, you're not going to have source. Okay, so like this. I mean the syntax is uh, same as a cp command, but the only difference is, so once you run the command, you don't find the, you're not going to have source, because it is moved to the destination. Okay, so and it doesn't have any I mean, we don't have -r here, because I mean, uh, when you move a directory from one place to another place, so it will automatically move its child objects as well. Okay, so I mean, here we don't use -r, but in the cp case, yes, I mean, whether you want to copy a directory or sub content. So if you want to content everything, copy everything, then you have to use -r. Okay, so move is a simple, okay, moving I mean, moving from one source to destination. Okay, so just give source and destination. So once after running that particular command, you don't have source, because it moved to the destination. Okay, so this is one command we regularly use. Okay, now I want to create a directory. Now here, in the root, if you see, I mean, I want to have a new directory called logs. Okay, so which command we use? So mkdir logs. So this is the command we use. So so this will create logs folder here. So either you can use ls-l, and there is alias for this, which is, I mean, by default it comes in the Linux, that is ll. But if you see Solaris, I mean, which is Unix based, so that doesn't have any ll command, so you have to use ls-l. Okay, so this is an alias for this. Okay, so ll you can directly use. Okay, now it created a folder called logs. Okay, now there is a one option for mk there. Okay, now if I try to run this command again, okay, this will show files already exist. I mean, the file or folder already exists. Okay, now I have to, now I want to create create a directory like this. I mean, I want to create a directory called A here. Okay, under that I want to create a called B here. Under that I want to create C. Okay, I mean, to create this particular structure, what we do in general. So first you run A. Okay, so then you'll go to the A directory, and then mkdir B. Okay, so you'll go to the B directory, and then mkdir C. Okay, so this way, if you do the pwd, okay, pwd, okay, so under that A you have B, and here you have C directory. So if you go to C directory, so you have, I mean, now like this. Okay, instead just I'm going back to the home folder. Okay, instead you can run this particular command, dir -p a b c. Okay, so I mean, instead of running these many commands, okay, so you can actually run this one command, so that it will create a directory in the present working directory. If it is there, I mean, it will not I mean, give an error. Okay, so directly it will go to under that particular, it will try to create B. If it is already there, then under that it will try to create C. Okay, so you already have 3 directories already. Okay, I'm pressing enter, still it don't give any error. Okay, so if a directory is exist, okay, I mean it won't do anything. Okay, now here I want to create, I mean, D directory there. Under that, I want to create E directory as well. So after running this, okay, you'll have uh, you will have that particular directory structure. Okay, A B C D E. Okay, so if you see the ls-l, okay, sorry, pwd command, okay, you have that particular directory structure. Okay, so I want to tell you, I mean, that if you have a -p argument, okay, so which will create, I mean, directory subdirectories simultaneously. Okay, so you don't need to create, uh, I mean one all the directories individually. Okay, at once you can create using p. Okay, I'm going back to the folder. Okay, now I want to, okay, I created this folder. I have ftp folder, I have logs folder. Okay, I want to delete this ftp folder. Okay, so if you want to delete a file, okay, you can give, I mean, install log, so you can directly delete this, okay, for file. Okay, but if you want to delete the um, directory, so then you have to give -r argument. Okay, -r logs. So do you want to remove, I mean, it is asking. Okay, yes, so it will delete that particular directory. Okay, so if you don't want to ask, I mean this kind of question, okay, give f. Okay, I don't have logs now. Okay, a, so I want to remove the directory and its subdirectories as well. Okay, so the r is a recursive, so f means, so it won't ask anything like this. Okay, do you want to remove again or not? So it won't have, now you don't have that, so without asking, it will delete the folder. Okay, so give the -f, I mean forcefully, so that it will delete that particular file or folder. Okay, so rm we use, we have options like -r and -f. -r to recursive, I mean if you want to delete any directory, give -r. If you want to, I mean if you don't want to ask anything, like, I mean, I can give like this, I mean, rm star.log. Okay, so this will delete all the files which is having uh, log as an extension. Okay, for each file it will ask for, like, I mean, do you want to delete, do you want to delete? Okay, so if you don't want to get that kind of confirmation, so just give -f so that it delete all the log files. Okay, I'm just cancelling this. Okay, that is about rm command. Okay, so if you see here, mm, let me create one user. Okay, so to create a user, we use uh, user add command. Okay, so I'm creating my username called JBoss here. Okay, so it created a username like this. Okay, now I want to set a password for this particular user. Okay, okay, so JBoss is the user here. Okay, so I am setting the password for user JBoss. Okay, so I am giving the same. Okay, I set my password as JBoss. Okay, now I actually logged in as a root, so here it will show, I mean, which user is logged in. Now I want to switch to JBoss user. Okay, so to switch the user, okay, su-JBoss. Okay, so I switch to my user. Okay, so here we see 2-3 commands. One is a user add. Okay, user add command to to create a user like this JPAL. Okay, and you use password command to set the password for any user. Okay, so password, give the username so that it will try to, here it will ask for the password, and it will try to retype, ask you to retype the password. So give the same password here so that it will set that particular password. Okay, then I switch to, because as I am in a root, okay, I'm in a root, so that is why I can switch to any user without providing the password. Okay, so without giving any password I can switch to user, but otherwise now think that I'm in a different user, not in JPAL, maybe XYZ user. Okay, if I switch to user to JPAL, okay, I can switch to myself. Okay, now this will ask for the password. Okay, so if I give my password, then only I'll be able to log in into the that particular user. Okay, now I want to go back. Okay, I want to go back to the previous user. Okay, press exit. Okay, so that you'll go back to the previous one, because previous user itself JPAL. So if you if you want to go out of this particular user, so exit, so root. Okay, so let me switch to the user JPAL. Okay, I'm switching to the JPAL. So if you see the PWD, okay, so now for the root, the home folder is /root, but for all remaining users, okay, so the home directories will be created under the home. Okay, but you can change this particular directory, it doesn't matter, but in general when you run the user add command, by default it will create the home folder in a home directory. Okay, so with the name of your directory, with the username. Okay, if I create a user called ABC, so it will create a home folder /home/ABC. So that is a home folder for ABC user. Okay, now let me okay, let me go as root. Okay, let me go to OPT directory. So here I don't have any file or folder, so let me create a directory here. Okay, mk there. Okay, test. Okay, if you see the long listing, you have root, the owner of this particular, because I only as a root I created, so owner will become, the owner will be that particular user whoever created. There is a question here, does -r delete the directory also its subdirectories? Yes, -r, if you if you use -r with the rm command, yeah, it will delete that directory, whatever you mentioned, and also it contents. Okay, so I have the test folder here. Now I want to change the owner of this particular folder. Okay, so we have uh, um, first okay, let's try to change the permissions. Okay, so if you see the permissions, the first three set. Okay, so read wx, read -x, read -x. So the meaning of this is owner, the first three will be belongs to owner, next three belongs to the group members, the last three belongs to the other users. Okay, now the first three owner meaning, so owner has read write executable permissions. Okay, so the group members can read and execute, okay, but they can't write anything into the directory. Okay, so read and execute, so other user has read permissions as well as executable permissions. So there is another question: how do we see all these directories? Like, oh, okay, just run ls. There is a question like how to see all these var or opt folders. Just press this. So uh, uh, if you see the windows, you have C drive, which is a parent, and under that you will have all the folders. Okay, you have, if you have another drive, you will have D drive. Under that you will have all the files and folders with the child. Okay, but in the Unix operating system, you have only one tree. Okay, so that is called slash, which we call as a root file system. So when you run this, so it will print. The root is a root of your file system. So this is a slash. Slash is a root of your file system. Okay, so under the slash itself you have all the files and folders. Okay, so this is a root. So under that you have all these. Okay, so now I'm in OPT. Okay, so under the OPT I have the file. I'm in OPT. So there I created a test. Okay, now I want to change the permissions of this particular folder. Okay, so owner has read and write and executable, but others, group members just has read and executable, but I want to give him even the write permissions to the group members, meaning here I want to get W. Okay, now how to get that? Okay, so it is totally depends, it is just like your binary structure. Okay, okay, so this read write execute. Okay, so this is 111. Okay, 111 meaning, if you convert into the binary, so you have, it is a 7. Okay, binary to the decimal number, so it is 7. Okay, so if you give like this chmod, okay, 7, and even I want to give full permissions here. Okay, 111, so again it is 7. Okay, I want to keep this remaining, so 101. Okay, I don't want to give write permissions, meaning that is why I'm making as a 0, where 101, so that will be fine. Okay, test. Okay, if you run this command and then if you do a ll command, okay, so you got the write permissions here. Okay, now I want to give even write permission for other users as well. Okay, so just give 777. So you have full permissions for all the users on the test. Okay, now okay, owner will have full permission, read, write, execute. Okay, so for group members, I want read and write, read and executable. Okay, other users should not have any permissions. Okay, chmod. So so owner should have all the permissions. So 111, so 7. Okay, and group member should have read and executable, so 101, so that is nothing but 5. Okay, so other users should not have any permissions on that particular folder. Okay, 000, I don't want to read, I don't want write, and I don't want executable. Okay, 0. Okay, give test. So if you press ll, see this. So using chmod, you can change the permissions of file or folder. Okay, so if you want to apply 750, now you are changing only on the folder, but you are not changing on recursively, into the subdirectories or files. So this won't affect the child objects. Okay, so it will apply only on the folder. Okay, so if you want to apply same thing on a recursively on a child objects, okay, you can give -r so that it will apply on a even on the child objects. Okay, so this and this and this and this is different. Okay, so this will apply only on the folder. Okay, it will not touch the child objects, but here it will apply on the folder as well as its child objects, means subdirectories and files under that particular folder. Okay, so this is about how to change the permissions. Okay, now I want to change the owner itself. Okay, I want to change the owner from root to JBoss. Okay, so that time you can use chown. Okay, JBoss. Okay, test. Okay, so the owner has changed from root to JBoss. Okay, again, so this will change only owner to JBoss for this particular directory. So if you want to go recursively, I mean, even you want to change the owner of the child objects as well, then give -r option. So if you give -r like this, so it will even change the child objects owner to the JBoss. Okay, now I want to change the group setting. Okay, I want to change a group setting to you have if you want to see the users, okay, you can actually see in etc password. So this is the file where you can see all the users exist under this particular machine. Okay, I'm opening this particular file. Okay, so here the root, the colon, so this is the user, this is the user. So here if you see here for me, okay, this is the user. Okay, so you can see the first word is the usernames. So by default you have many other users for different purpose here. Okay, so at the end whatever the user you add, so here you get one entry. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so these are the usernames. Okay, if you go to there is an, where am I? Okay, so if you want to see the all the groups exist on in this particular machine, you can open group. Okay, so this will show the all groups existing on this particular machine. So whenever you add any user using user add command, so by default it will create another group with the same username. Okay, so it created even another group called JBoss. Okay, so I want to show what are the groups exist on this. Now I want to change the group. So this is the user file, this is a group file. Okay, now I want to change the group of this particular directory. Okay, there is a command change group. Okay, okay, so even the group also changed to the JBoss. Okay, so this is how you can change your owner and the group. So chown to change the owner, change group is to change the group. Okay, now there is a one alternative. to change both at once. Okay, so now I want to change the owner to root as well as the group also to the root. Okay, now so you can using ch1 command. Okay, you can root dot or colon. I mean dot or colon will work. I mean either will work. Okay, test. Okay, so this will change. I mean the first argument will goes to the I mean the owner. The second one will set as a group. Okay, so you can do like this: ch1 root dot jpath. Okay, this is also possible. So the owner is a root and a group is this. Now if I log in as a jpal, okay, so jpal is not root. Okay, so he is not the owner, but jpal is part of this particular group. So this will apply these particular settings to me. Okay, if I logged in as a ABC user, so ABC is not the root. Okay, so he is not the owner, so ABC is not part of part of this particular group. Okay, so then it will apply other permissions. So other permissions meaning it doesn't have read, doesn't have write, and as well as executable permissions. So it will not allow that ABC user to look into this particular folder. Okay, so so owner should come and change the permissions so that the other user can look at that particular folder. I mean if they wanted to. Okay, so that is about change mod and change mod to change the permissions, change own to change the owner, change group is a for changing the group setting. Okay, but I mean with a change own command, okay, you can actually change owner as well as group at once. Okay, so this is and you have a option called -r. Okay, so this if you run this, it will change the ownership on the test folder itself. It will not touch the child objects. Okay, if you want to change everything, okay, and then you need to use -r so that it will go recursively and change for its child objects. Okay, so that is about that. There are a few commands like now I'll go to the var folder. Okay, I want to find a particular file. Okay, I want to find all the logs files in this particular directory. Okay, there is a there is a command available. Okay, find -name star.log. Oh, you have only one file, so that is install log. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, there is one file. Yeah, find -name secure. Okay, I want to find a file with the name secure. Okay, so in the log folder you have that particular file called secure. Okay, so if you want to find anything, okay, so you can give we can find with the find -name. So give either the absolute name, or you can give star. Okay, secure star like this. So whatever file that starts with a secure without e, so it will print those. So there is a file, it is matched with this particular expression. Okay, so it is printed even other file name as well. Okay, so find -name will give you the it will list the files matching with that particular expression. Okay, now I want to this is with the name. I want to search with the content. Okay, I forgot the file name. Okay, but I want a file which has jpal. Okay, I want a file which has JPOG in it. Okay, so that one is grep -r. Okay, I mean search the recursively for JPAL. Okay, so where do you want to search? Under current folder. Dot means current folder. So in the current folder, search recursively for word JPAL. So this takes some time because it will go into the file and search for JPAL. Okay, so whichever the whatever the files has the JPAL, okay, it will print that. So it is too long because it will say that, because I mean if you have many number of files, it will come out. Okay, let me go to the simple one. So let's see here in the logs folder. I'm searching for JPAL. Okay, so these many files, okay, has JPAL as a word in the file. Okay, so secure file. This is a, I mean in the starting it will print the file path. Okay, in the under the current directory you have a secure folder. So in this these many times you have JPAL like this. Okay, there is another thing. I mean you have an audit folder here. Under the audit folder you have audit.log. Okay, so in that also you find the JPAL. Okay, so grep is to find a word in the file. Okay, I mean whichever the file contains that particular word, so it prints on the screen. Okay, so the first one, so this is the file name. Okay, colon, it will print that particular line which matches with your word. Okay, so somewhere here you have JPAL. Okay, where here, so that line matched with that particular word, so it prints that particular line with the file name as well. Okay, even the secure file has, I mean many lines matched with the with my word, so it prints all the lines, okay, with that particular file name. So these many lines has JPAL as a word in this particular file. So that is about the grep. So grep -r means, I mean, go as a recursively. So search for this particular word under the current working directory. Okay, you can mention like this, even /root. Okay, find all the uh, files which matches this word recursively under /root. Now I'm actually in the var log folder. Okay, but I'm searching in the root folder /root. Okay, I mean no one matched with this particular word, so that is why it is not printing anything. Okay, so these are the few commands to I mean explain today. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, definitely I'll share this particular video, but otherwise do you have any other questions, or whether I'm going fast or whether I'm going slow? Uh, uh, to work with the SVN, yeah, we can talk about that a little later, because we will see how you can. I mean, there are many other things I need to plug, uh, like I mean other tools. But now I want to discuss. I mean, with related to the Linux itself. In the last session, yes, I mean we can talk about the other things. But I mean today, if you have anything related to the just to the Linux commands or Linux environment, yeah, you can ask. If you're talking about the virtualization, yeah, I mean, there are, I mean, VMware is the most commonly used. Um, that is, or otherwise nowadays, I mean, even they are using Zen, okay, which is open source. Okay, yeah, it takes a little time to understand Zen and implement it, but very good. Okay, I mean from the virtualization part, this is, I mean, the thing which we are working is a VMware. Okay, it is, I mean, up to certain level you can use as a free, but if you want some advanced operations, I mean advanced settings, advanced options, then yeah, you have to buy the license from the VMware. Okay, but see, if you take the open source like the Zen and all, okay, so you don't get much uh, um, support. Okay, so you have to search on the internet and you have to resolve your issues. But if you take the license from the VMware, so you will get this support as well. So if something goes wrong, yes, I mean they will help you to how to debug as well as resolve that particular issue. Okay, even from the Red Hat, they came up with the KVM. Okay, that is also other virtualization from the Red Hat. So that they came into market very recently, meaning a year back, a year and 2 years back. Is okay. They started, but I mean they stabilized the product recently. So even that also has very good virtualization techniques. Okay, so but it is not that uh, I mean I mean not widely used as we are using like VMware. So VMware is widely used on the market, uh, but I mean it takes some time for Red Hat to come into the market.